Okay, Suicune is back in raids in Pokemon Go, and today we're going to go over how to beat the Suicune raid. Now, Suicune is a pure water type, so it's only weak to grass and electric. And let's go over its fast and charge moves. So it has I think three. Let's see, its fast moves are Snarl, you can see here, a dark fast move, a psychic fast move, extra sensory, an ice fang, and that's it for the fast moves. And the charge moves are Hydro Pump, Bubble Beam, Water Pulse, and Ice Beam. So 3 water charges and 1 ice one. I guess the ice one is there just to handle the grass types. All right. So looking at it, this is with this should be a pretty easy duo with if you use Mega Sceptile, use some of the top Pokemon at level 50 with Best Friend Boost. Easy duo with like Mega Sceptile, Kartana, Shadow Raikou, Circuitry. So we're gonna go over some of the top counters. Like I said, should be not an easy duo. If you have the top Pokemon, yes, you could do other, but like a trio should be pretty easy. Let's check the level 20. I always like to check the level 20 Pokemon. So yeah, you could probably definitely trio this with like level 20 Pokemon, especially if you incorporate Shadows and Megas. So now we'll go over some of the top Pokemon, starting with Primals and Megas, which are usually the top counters for each Pokemon. So yeah, you could definitely use Primal Groudon. Now Primal Groudon, you won't want to battle with it because it only has a mud shot, and you'd have to use Solar Beam. But you can just put it at the back of your party and let it boost your teammates' Pokemon. Because Primal Groudon boosts grass, ground, and fire. So yeah, it's pretty good. And its Mudshot Solar Beam's still solid. It's just not as good as some of the other grass types. So that's the first one we'll go over. When it comes to Primals, we're definitely not going to use... We could maybe even use Primal Kyogre. I think and since Primal Groudon's an ice type, I don't even think Ice Beam hurts it, right? Because its ground is weak to ice, but then the fire makes it neutral, so yeah. Oh, but the problem with Primal Groudon, it is double weak. Since it's a ground fire, it is double weak to the water moves, but you still put it at the end of your party just to boost the Pokemon, so it's still a good pick. Any other Primals? Yeah, Primal. I guess we'll just include Mega Rayquaza. Yeah, you could definitely use Mega Rayquaza. It's one of the top Pokemon, and with Dragon Tail, it's just such a good move. It's now the best neutral Pokemon in the game. It used to be Shadow Mewtwo, but Mega Rayquaza is now the king. With Dragon Tail, Dragon Ascent, it's like top 10 counters, even though it's not doing super effective damage. But it also is going to resist all the water moves except Ice Beam. So if you just like using Mega Rayquaza, you can use that. Okay, now the other Megas we could use, which are pretty. There's a bunch of them. We'll start with the electrics. The worst one is probably Mega Ampharos with Volt Switch, Zap Cannon. This would probably be the worst one you could use. Then the next one, still, but like I said, you're boosting your teammates' Pokemon by 30% as long as it's in the raid, so it's still really solid. And you can also use Mega Venusaur, Vine Whip, Frenzy Plant. Now with Venusaur, you just got to be careful with Ice Beam, but it's gonna resist all the other water moves. All right, who's next up on the list when it comes to Megas? Okay, we got Mega Manectric is the second, one of the top. Yeah, it's the best electric Mega you could use. Now you want Thunderfang, Wild Charge. Yeah, Mega Manectric is going to do well. It's not going to resist anything, but it's just going to do a ton of damage, plus boosting all your Pokemon. All the electric teammates' Pokemon is really good. And then the top one is Mega Sceptile. You want Bullet Seed, Frenzy Plant. Now, the only issue here is this thing is going to be double weak to Ice Beam because it's Dragon/Grass type. But other than that, but it's going to be amazing against the water moves because it's going to resist double resist. So it's kind of like it's worth it in my opinion. Mega Sceptile is probably the best Pokemon you can use against Suicune. And now I guess we'll go over some of the other top Shadows. Let's go over the Shadow and Grass Pokemon we can use. So yeah, Tangrowth, Shadow Venusaur, Vine Whip, Power Whip, Pure Grass, and Vine Whip, Frenzy Plant. The poison typing doesn't matter here. Let's see some Shadow Executor is also on the list with Bullet Seed, Solar Beam. This is Psychic typing kind of is going to hurt it against against Snarl, but that's about it. Let's see who else do I have on here that we could use. You can use Shadow Torterra with Razor Leaf, Frenzy Plant, Solid. Again, Ice Beam. Oh, the Ice move is going to hurt it here because of the ground typing. And yeah, we went over Shadow Tyrant. Some of the other ones that I don't have are like Shadow Sceptile, Bullet Seed Frenzy Plant you can use as well. I think that's it for the top grass. Did I miss one? Oh, Shadow Alolan Egg. I definitely don't have one of those. But Bullet Seed, Solar Beam, same thing as the regular Exeggutor. Okay, now we'll go over the Shadow and Electrics before we go over some of the other ones. Shadow and Electric. Okay, so yeah, Shadow, Zapdos, Thundershock, Thunderbolt. The flying typing is going to get hurt by Ice Beam. That's the only issue there. Shadow and Electric. Okay, Shadow Electivire is another good one. Thundershock, Wild Charge. It's pure electric, so it's not going to get hurt by the Ice Beam. And then Shadow Raikou, which Raikou just came back. I recommend you guys raid this because it's one of the best electrics in the game. The electrics is pretty close. The top three, I think, are like Raikou, Electivire, and Circuitry. But a lot of the time, Shadow Raikou is like, I don't know. Looking at it right here, it's just slightly better than the others. But it's so close. It's so close. But yeah, Thundershock, Wild Charge on Raikou. Okay, so we went over... this one's also good. Magnezone. The Steel typing helps it. You want Spark, Wild Charge. The Steel typing helps it against Ice Beam. Helps it resist Ice Beam. And like Extrasensory. So, pretty good. It doesn't do as much damage as Electivire, Circuitry, or Raikou, but it's still solid. Alright, so any other electrics that we need to go over? Let's see. Another one you could use is like Shadow Luxray if you have that with Spark, Wild Charge. I don't have one, so I can't go over. Is there any other electrics on this list? Yeah, Shadow Manectric is decent with Thunderfang, Wild Charge. Again, another one I don't have. Yeah, and that's about it. Now we'll go over some other Pokemon you could use that aren't Shadows or Legendary. The best Grass type, I think, is Kartana. It's by far the best non-Mega Grass type in the game. It's not even close. Like, I'm looking on Pokebattler, the second best Grass is Shaman, which is not even close to Kartana. So yeah, Kartana. Plus the Steel typing is going to help it against Ice Beam. So, yeah, Kartana's good. And then another one that we talked about kind of was Circuitry. This thing's really good. It's on the same level as Shadow Electivire and Shadow Raikou with Thundershock, Discharge. Another good one is Zekrom with Charge Beam, Fusion Bolt. But you're going to be weak to Ice Beam here. But it's going to resist all the water moves thanks to this Dragon typing. And also we can go over Shaman. You can use Shaman. I actually have one at level 40 with Magical Leaf. Are these legs? I don't know about these moves. Yeah, you want Magical Leaf, Grass Knot. I don't have either one of those moves, but it's solid. But it is a flying type, so... Oh, yeah, this is what, Sky Form? Yeah, Sky Form. Now, again, you're just going to get wrecked by Ice Beam because it's a grass and flying, so just be careful for that. And I guess we got 2 more Pokemon we can go over. Or 3, yeah. Roserade's another one you can use. Roserade. You want Grass Knot, Magical Leaf. And we go Electivire. Regular Electivire. Same thing, regular Raikou. We can use all of those. All the Shadows we can go over, you can use the regular ones as well. So we'll just go over 2 final Pokemon. One of the last ones is Thundurus. The Therian form. You can use the Incarnate form, but the Therian form is way better with Volt Switch, Thunderbolt. Now, flying typing is going to get hurt by Ice Beam. That's the only issue. And then last Pokemon we'll go over is the Mythicals. Zarude, Vine Whip, Power Whip. Pretty good. The dark typing actually kind of helps it in some scenarios, like against Snarl and against Extrasensory. Now, you're going to be weak to ice no matter what, but yeah. So that's it. We went over, like I said, not a tough duo. Trio's manageable. So yeah, if you guys I look forward to rating all 3 of these legendary beasts this weekend. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.